All right, here we go, guys. We are going to do a couple problems from the review just in case you need help. I know a lot of people, when they saw this, they got a little confused. It's just like our other table. It's just turned horizontally. So we have our x and our y's, 5, 8, 9, 10, 13, 21, 33, 37, 41, 53. So for some of you, that's good to go. You can get on and solve it from there just because you see it in a different way. For some of us, we still need a little bit more. So the first thing we're going to find is our change in y. So our change in y. Remember that little triangle represents change. So 21 to 33 is plus 12. 33 to 37 is plus 4. 37 to 41 is plus 4. 41 to 51 is plus 4. Now I could have subtracted, but I didn't. I had to add to get to the next one. So now that I found my change in y, I'm going to go find my change in x. So my change in x is over here. So 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9 plus 1, and 10 plus 3. When you're doing these, if you want to do them, just make your little carets above here and below here. That is awesome, as long as you remember what to do with them from there. So now I need to find my rate of change, my rock. We like to call it our rock. My rate of change is my change in my y over my change in my x. So it's this value to this value. It's a ratio of those two things. So 12 over 3. Well, 12 over 3 simplifies to 4. Now, I think my rock is 4, but I want to make sure. What's 4 divided by 1? 4. 4 divided by 1? 4. 4 divided by 3. Oh, goodness, Miss Smith, that is actually a 12. Sorry for that, guys. 12 divided by 3, 4. So my rock is my 4. See, even teachers make mistakes sometimes. So my rock is the first thing that goes in here because it's my coefficient. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Now I'm going to multiply my coefficient by my variable x, or my rock by all my x values. My first x value is 5. So 4 times 5, 4 times 8, 4 times 9, 4 times 10, and 4 times 13. Now when I multiply them, 4 times 5 is 20. But I don't want 20, I need 21. So how do I get from 20 to 21? I add 1. 4 times 8. 8 and 8 is 16, 32. So 32 plus 1 is 33. 4 times 9, 18, 36. Plus 1 is 37. 4 times 10 is 40. Plus 1 is 41. 4 times 13 is 50. It shouldn't be 51. Did I put the right number down? 4 times 13 is 50. That should be it. That's why I messed up. Man, Miss Smith's having a rough one, guys. I'm sorry. So 4 times that is 52. Plus 1 is 53. So I had messed up over here, which is probably why I messed up over here. I hope y'all caught that. I'm so very sorry. So every single time I multiplied my x by my 4 and then added 1 to get my y. So that gives me my equation. Y equals 4x plus 1. So my rate of change was 4. My constant or initial value was my positive 1. This was also a positive 4. So my equation, y equals 4x plus 1. Okay, now let's jump down to the table. So there's a lot of ways you can do this table. We've talked about tons of different ways to look at it. One thing that we've talked about is you read this from, our graph from left to right. And if you read it from left to right, it goes up. We said you could put a little man on the farthest left point and he would walk up this. So this is going to be a positive relationship, which means that we're going to have a positive rate of change. So it's a positive graph because it increases from left to right, a positive relationship. The next thing we said that was probably our next easiest to find was our constant or initial. That's really just where does it cross the y-axis. So this is our y-axis, And so I'm going to look and see, where does it perfectly cross? Now this one's a little difficult because it kind of gets blurry right here. But the most center point is right there at 0, 2. Well, 0, 2 is where it crosses the y-axis, and our initial value, or where it starts from the y-axis, is a positive 2. So we also know that that means in our equation we'll have a plus 2. So we can use that now to help us find more points where it perfectly intersects the x and y axis and put some more dots there. These are going to help us make our stairs to see how many times we go up and over, up and over. Now these stairs go up and over because it's positive. If it was negative, they would go down and over. We went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each time we went up. Now we went over 1. We went over 1. So we went up, or our change in y was 5, and we went over, or change in x was 1. So our rate of change is 5 over 1, which is 5, positive 5. Well, our rate of change is our coefficient. So y equals 5x plus 2. All right, one more before I send you on your way. And I'm really glad we're doing this one because this is the one that most people had trouble with today. Anthony runs a bicycle courier company that charges $3 per delivery plus 50 cents per mile. So the part that's really important is it's $3 a delivery plus 50 cents per mile. Write an equation that could be used to find out how much the company charges, C, when the courier travels M miles. So we're trying to find out how much they charge per delivery. Well, we know that it's $3 plus the 50 cents per mile. That per mile is our rate of change. So our rate of change, or our coefficient, is 50 cents x. We're adding the $3, so we have y equals 50 cent x plus 3. Now we want to try to use these variables c and m. Well, m is miles. Well, it was 50 cents per mile. So they charge 50 cents per mile plus 3. And you do the other ones very similarly. Don't worry about these last two. If you really want to do them, the part that a lot of people were okay with, because you just plug these into there, but they got stuck on here. Here's a hint for this one. 2x minus 4 equals 6. How can you solve that? How have we done it before? Man, that looks really familiar to figure out what x is. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful for you. Good luck on the test tomorrow, and study, and way to go, Astros!